Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 10 seconds.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortified Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
Okay, good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor. Over 31 years of Ask the Doctor. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Lange of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortified Vitamins, here each and every Saturday morning live to answer any and all questions you may have regarding your vision, eye care, and a nutritionally related topic. Remember, I'm not only a board-certified optometric physician, I'm also a certified nutritional specialist. Like I said, I started hosting Ask the Doctor April of 1993. And I think the talk show is directly related to my success. You know, we opened 14 eye care centers in the great state of Florida, the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida, and Fortified Vitamins. And we do have 2 nutrition centers as well as the Lange Eye Institute. And the Lange Eye Institute is in the Villages, Florida, right on County Road 101 and 466, next door to CVS, across the street from Publix. And we see patients 5 days a week there. That's Dr. Lori Caputi, myself, and Dr. Susan Somerton, who's my co-host this morning. And we have the Fortified Nutrition Center in Clearwater, Florida, right there on McMullen Booth Road in the Bayside Bridge Plaza, right where Publix is. Fortified Nutrition Center. You can get all your fortified vitamin needs there. And we are open today on Saturday. Arlene is there. I will not be there. We're having a big party, a graduation party for Mackenzie starting at noon at my house. So I will not be at the Fortified Nutrition Center today. And then we have the Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala. And the Lange Nutrition Center is my old Lange Eye Care building. It's right on State Road 200, the only 2-story building on the block, right across the street from the Paddock Mall. Large 2-story building. It says Lange Nutrition Center upstairs. And that's also where Dr. John Poser, the plastic surgeon that co-hosted the show last week, hails from upstairs. Dr. Patrick Watson, the famous neuropsychologist, is there. Reboot is there. Hear More Medical is there. And we have acupuncturist as well there. So once again, the phone lines are open. If you got a question, give us a call at 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. We're getting ready to talk to Dr. Somerton in just a second here. I do want to mention before that, we have a 40% off deal running on Cartier frames, Saint Laurent, Mont Blanc, and Gucci. So those are some very high-end frames at the Lange Eye Institute. We're running 40% off on Cartier, Saint Laurent, Mont Blanc, and Gucci. Also, here's something, a big deal. You got to write this down. We got a kicker going on. We got 40% off on the Summer 40 special. So we got 40% off on chocolate fudge super protein, advanced retina formula, and organic blue-green superfood. And remember, 40% off right in the Summer 40 code in the checkout section on the website at fortify.com. So Summer 40 at checkout in the promo code, you're getting 40% off. We're running on 3 of our most popular items: the organic blue-green superfood that I'm holding up right here, the advanced retina formula, and the dark chocolate fudge super protein. And we're going to expand on all that in a minute. But now it's time to introduce my co-host, Dr. Susan Somerton. Dr. Somerton, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. Congratulations to Mackenzie and all the new grads. It's that time of year of graduation, and proud of all of them. And I'm happy to be calling in from a sunny day in the Villages. And I'm actually drinking my chocolate whey protein right now as we speak. I just finished my workout and I'm enjoying it. Chocolate is actually my favorite flavor, so it's an amazing deal to get it at 40% off.
Yep. It's a crazy deal. So those of you, we've done shows on just the protein. The most bioavailable protein on the market is a whey protein. But remember, all whey protein is not created equal, okay? The majority of whey proteins you buy over the counter, I recommend staying away from because they've been denatured, they've been heated too high, and this has caused some problems with the delicate immunoglobulins that are in it and the immune building properties of whey protein. And I always tell people when you're looking for a whey protein, look for three things on the label. Make sure it says grass fed, all right? Grass fed whey protein. Also, make sure it says non denatured, and then make sure it also says where the cows come from. So, grass fed, non denatured, where the cows come from. Our cows come from New Zealand, the most pristine area around in New Zealand. All grass fed year round, no pesticide, no hormones, no antibiotics. Now, when I say non denatured, that means it has not been heated up to a high level. All right. It hasn't been heated to a high level. And so it doesn't destroy these delicate immune building properties. We heat most protein out there has been pasteurized to 200 degrees for over 30 minutes. Ours is 72 degrees for 15 seconds. That's enough. It's called cold pasteurization, if you will. That's enough to kill off all the potential pathogens without creating any or killing off the protein, basically. So once again, the dark chocolate fudge super protein at fortify.com is 40% off. Buy multiple units. The organic blue-green superfood is 40% off. Buy multiple units. And the advanced retina formula, the advanced retina formula is designed after the AREDS 2 study for those of you that have macular degeneration, but we added natural vitamin E instead of synthetic vitamin E. We also added resveratrol and astaxanthin to the supplement, put it in a soft gel capsule to increase and enhance bioavailability. And we cut the zinc back from 80 milligrams of zinc oxide to only 30 milligrams of zinc monomethithione. So that's called Advanced Retina Formula. It's only $27 to begin with, and you're getting 40% off. Remember, Summer 40, I'm really kicking this home. We're going to run this until the end of the month. So that's what, a couple of more weeks. Use Summer 40 as the promo code for the dark chocolate fudge super protein, Advanced Retina Formula, and organic blue-green superfood. With that, we're going to open up the phone lines. If you got a question, give us a call. 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. And then I'm going to give you the website for Fortify Vitamins. That's fortify.com. FORTIFEYE. Fortify.com. And the phone number for Fortify Vitamins, and Charlene is answering the phones this morning. Get a pen and paper. Write this down. She'll honor the 40% off. It's 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. And of course, you can just go to my regular website, drmichaellange.com, and that will link you up to all of our other websites and things of this nature. So last week, we had Dr. John Poser on, plastic surgeon extraordinaire from Gainesville and Ocala, the villages in Tampa. And we talked a lot about, reconstructive procedures and anti-aging procedures and cosmetic procedures, plastic procedures. And we had a caller call in about red light therapy. All right. And, you probably heard both me and Dr. Poser just kind of talk a little bit about it, but not a lot about it because neither one of us know a whole heck of a lot about it. And I told you I'm doing red light therapy combined with the Fortify Rejuvenate to help me. I want to reverse the aging. Obviously, I want to look younger and feel better. So Dr. Somerton does know a little bit more about all these different lights, the blue light, the red light, the violet light. And I want Dr. Somerton to expand a little bit about red light therapy and the mix of all this stuff. So go for it.
Well, we've been hearing a lot about red light lately, but it's not new. Back in like 1903, they used red light in treating smallpox. So this is something that has been around for a while. It's been studied for a while. Now we've got thousands of studies showing the benefits of the red light. And we're looking into now the blue light, how it can be not only bad, but it also can be good. So we have to look at things kind of like we look at food. And basically, the more we process the light, the worse it becomes for us, just like the more we process food, the worse it becomes for us. So our natural light is always the best. Our sun is balanced. It always has about that 45% red in it. And when you first wake up, when that sun is coming up, that is the most red, near infrared. And I believe it's definitely the cheapest way to get it. And it's the most natural way to get it. So if you want to increase your benefits of red light, which that improves what we call our mitochondria. Those are like a little batteries. They produce that ATP that gives us that energy. We have more energy, we function better for everything, whether it's reducing inflammation, reducing pain, healing, all of it. So a simple way to get started is just get outside when the sun is rising and get outside when the sun is setting. And that is before the UV comes out. So you don't have to worry about sunburn or sunscreen. You get out there, expose as much skin as you can, even no sunglasses there. Even our eyes like that red light. And there's many treatments we have even for the eyes that we're looking at and treating, even just, we talked about dry eye, meibomian gland dysfunction. There's new treatments on the way using red light for that. It's just basically getting the balance. The problem we hear about with blue light is our computer screens. They've taken out the red. The red actually drains more energy. It costs more money. It creates heat. So to keep the brightness of the screens without the red, they've added more of the blue. So then we've got that imbalance. We've got too much blue. So when we recommend these blue light protection glasses, they're not filtering all the blue out. We need a little blue to maintain our color vision. If we filtered it all out, you'd lose the color spectrum. So we filter out to try to balance your eyes as best as possible. But we want that little bit of blue in the morning because that helps us wake up and drives our energy. But we don't want it in the evening because that prevents us from releasing melatonin. So light has a hormone effect. Melatonin is a hormone effect. And so no blue light at night because that prevents melatonin, prevents you from sleeping well, but melatonin also prevents you from healing. And there's so much information on there, but to simplify it is just sunrise, good light, sunset, good light. Blue light in the morning is pretty good. Blue light in the evening can be bad. That red light, pretty much any time of day, can help us produce that energy and produce that ATP that can help our skin, can help us heal, can help reduce inflammation, and can just make us overall feel better because unfortunately, we spend most of our lives indoors now and we don't get the benefit of that natural sunlight throughout the day.
So, Dr. Somerton, a lot of us are sleep deprived, me being one of them. And I'm notorious for being on the computer late at night and working on the iPhone in bed, doing research and things of this nature. And so that is probably one of the reasons when people are on a digital screen before bed that they don't sleep that well, right? Is the blue light kind of mimicking the sun and telling the brain, pineal gland, do not start secreting melatonin, and therefore we have sleep problems? I mean, we don't go into the REM phase of sleep.
Absolutely. We're tricking our brains because our brain wants that blue light in the morning when we wake up and we're getting it in the evening, and then it confuses our brain and it's telling us, hey, wake up, instead of start releasing that melatonin and relax and go to sleep. So I'm also guilty of it. We do have to work at night and we do have to do that computer work, but I have heavier blue light protection glasses that I wear about 1 to 2 hours if I'm going to be on the computer before I go to bed. And that helps balance and protect us from that blue light as much as we can.
Right. And now, you can get the blue light defense lens or the blue light shield lenses at the Lange Eye Institute. But now, that used to be in just regular lenses, clear lenses, anti-glare coated lenses, and even polarized lenses, but it wasn't available in transition lenses. But now we have it available in transition lenses. So transition lenses those are the lenses that get dark when you go out and get light when you go indoors. Inherently, they do filter some of the blue light, but now we have a blue light anti-glare coating we put on it. It filters out, like I said, not 100% because we still want to see the blue color, but it filters out the most damaging rays of the blue light that have been shown to potentially damage the retina, and maybe it will help us even sleep a little bit better. So those of you out there, if you want the latest in multifocal lens technology, we're the only ones in the Villages, Ocala, Orlando that even have it yet. It's brand spanking new. We had the inventor of this lens not too long ago on, and it's called the NAL lens, NAL, natural accommodative lens, not a progressive lens. So not a PAL, not a PAL, NAL, natural accommodative lens. I got to tell you, we've got a couple of hundred people on it now, and people love this lens. It has a super wide channel. Think of it as a funnel, okay, instead of an hourglass. An hourglass is how a progressive lens is designed, and we have inherently narrow intermediate range, and it makes people feel a little weird sometimes, almost a little swimmy or a little drunk. You don't get that with this new NAL lens. So if you want the latest in multifocal lenses in a spectral prescription, and you want to be able to wear this to play pickleball and golf without distorting, your peripheral vision, NAL lens, ask for the NAL lens, and then ultimately have the anti-glare blue filtering material that it's made out of, and you'll be very happy. All right. We're getting ready to go to the phones. We're getting ready to take a call. Let me give you the phone lines. It is 877-969-8600, 877-969-8600. This is almost the summer, early summer. This is May before everybody graduates. And like Dr. Summerton mentioned, we're wishing everybody a great graduation. My daughter, Mackenzie, is graduating from high school and heading to Tulane University in New Orleans, my old stomping grounds. All right, let's go to the phones. Steve's been waiting patiently. Steve in Clearwater, good morning.
Well, she's going to Tulane, and as smart as she is, it'll probably be instead of two-lane, fast lane. I think she'll go through real quick, and she'll do very well. Speaking of that, graduation is not a celebration of one person. It's a celebration of an entire family. You've all worked together. You've stuck with each other. You've all had, you pulled each other up, and your family is a very beautiful family. You should be very proud as a father and mother, Tammy. And one thing that's a curious coincidence to me is that about 1:30 this afternoon, when you're having that party, the hyperdimensional physics for you, from some things I know about your past and things, will maximize for the whole year at about 1:45 this afternoon. You have having this party at the one time of the year in which the physics, the hyperdimensional physics, is the most lucky for you. It's the best time you could have had this party any time in the whole year. So I know that doesn't make any sense to people, but there's certain forces or not that cause this, that have people work well. And so perfect synchronicity. Some people call it coincidence. I call it synchronicity.
Too bad the stock market's not open. God, if the stock market wasn't open, I could be really making some money with this.
Well, maybe,
maybe I can play the ponies today.
Yeah, well, try it just for fun. I'm serious. Try it.
Or I never bought a lottery ticket. Maybe it's my day to buy the lottery ticket.
Do that. To it. What it'll do is, let's say your chances are normally 1 out of 2 million. I'm not making these figures up, but 1 out of 2 million. When you're in this situation, you still are. It's still against you. If maybe half of that, or even less. You still have an overwhelming chance not to win, but the chances are much better. Okay. They go right down. It's just like, and they've proven this in studies at casinos, why people win, why people don't. Have you ever heard that? Have you ever known people that no matter what they do, they succeed, and other people, no matter what they do, they just can't seem to get their crap together?
Sure.
It's because this physics. It's an actual physics. It's not some far out new age thing. It's a real scientific probability thing that happens to people. And everybody has a certain complex. It's just like, if you have a bunch of billiard balls on a pool table and you hit it, you look where you open it up. all those billiard balls will never be in exactly the same positions relative to each other ever again. And that's where you are today. So I know I'm not making sense to most of the audience, but it's a good day for you. So,
Steve, wow,
so
that's pretty cool. I appreciate that. I appreciate you enlightening me about Hyperdimension Saturday for me and Mackenzie
well,
and Tammy.
you can give it a call. And like I said, it doesn't mean that everything's going to go perfect today. It just means that your chances are much better. So about 1:30 in the afternoon, I'd like to ask the audience if they have a pen and pencil to, if they're available at about 1:30 today, write down Dr. Lange's family, not Dr. Lange. Sorry, it's not just for you, my friend, for your family, and ask so that we have a collective consciousness. We're all in synchronous into wishing you well. Okay.
Thank you. I got
And
some
to the audience,
positive vibes coming my way right now. I can feel them.
and the audience, Dr. Lange has done a lot for you. I'm sorry. I'm sure that a lot of people, Dr. Lange has saved your eyesight, the most precious thing you have that allows you to observe God's creation.
Amen.
And this is one thing that you can do for him. So I've talked long enough. That's the end of my sermon.
Thanks, Reverend Steve. I appreciate it.
Okay.
You have a
Bye.
good one. Wow. Susan, what do you think about that? Hyperdimension Saturday.
It must be your lucky day, but is it just your lucky day or is it everybody's lucky day?
Well, Steve said it's only me. Don't hog this now. It's just for me.
Because I was wanting to go buy a lottery ticket too.
Well, you're an extension through the show, so maybe we both need to buy a lottery ticket. I've never bought one before. Last night I thought for sure I saw a UFO. Last night I was sitting out on my bay veranda and I saw something up in the sky. I sent you the video, all right? And there was this object moving across the sky very fast, and it had this like encapsulation around it. And I thought that was like a force field from some, spacecraft. But, bummer. It was a rocket launch, I guess, from space Cape Canaveral.
But that's amazing you could see it that far, because even from the villages, I go out and look at those rockets, and it's pretty hard to see over there from Cape Canaveral from here.
Right.
Maybe it sure wasn't from the Air Force Base over there, some kind of weird project they're launching.
Well, they launched, I'm not sure. I just know the neighbors were all out and they said that's a rocket that was just launched. So I don't know where they launched it from. I was just thinking at Cape Canaveral. So I'm sure we got some listeners that can enlighten us and tell us where that rocket came from. Give us a call. It's Hyperdimension Rocket Saturday, 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. Remember, if you might have a question, like I said, regarding your vision or eye care, or maybe a nutritionally related topic, maybe you can pinch a lot more than an inch and you're a little bit overweight and you want to know how to, lose that weight before the next New Year's resolution, get way ahead of the ball game. Or maybe you want to know what foods to eat if you have macular degeneration, and maybe what foods to eat if you have dry eye. Remember, God made a pretty good body as long as we give it the right fuel. And quite frankly, most of us are not ingesting the right fuel. And that's one of the reasons I developed the organic blue-green superfood. There's some really good studies out there that show that if you eat 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, you live longer with less disease. But that same study shows that if you eat 10 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, you live even longer with even less disease. So the gist of this story is eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. And if they're the dirty dozen, that's 12 fruits and vegetables that are filled with pesticide. Don't eat them unless they're organic. So remember, the dirty dozen you eat if they're organic. But I've kind of taken it all, the problem away from you by creating the Fortify Organic Blue-Green Superfood. We researched this forever. Folks, this is not a proprietary blend, okay? It's at 1 scoop a day, which has antioxidant power close to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, all right? This has enzymes and probiotics for your microbiome, for your gut health, all right? And also it gives you energy and boosts your immune system. We have spirulina, wheatgrass juice, barley grass juice, broccoli, pineapple, kale, strawberries, blueberries, cinnamon, all in this, and no proprietary blend. We tell you exactly how much is in it. Folks, this is only $36 or $37. You look at things that are comparable, they're $99, $100, all right? And some of these companies are adding everything but the kitchen sink. Remember, all food doesn't work synergistically together. Remember, bananas, pears, and apples block the flavonoid absorption of berries. And most of these fruit and vegetable combinations will have bananas, apples, and pears, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. And so they didn't think it out. Also, carrots and sweet potatoes are high in beta carotene, will block the absorption of the lutein and the zeaxanthin that is in greens, green leafy vegetables, anything green and bright orange, like orange bell peppers. So a lot of these fruit and vegetable combinations have that in it as well. But also, most of these are not certified organic 100%, and most of them are not coming from America. So be very careful. Beware when you buy some sort of superfood. Read the label, see what's in it, see if it's a proprietary blend or not. You should be proud of what goes in your formulas if you're a vitamin company. So tell people exactly what's in it. So once again, Fortify Organic Blue Green Superfood is 40% off with the Summer 40 special. Remember, this does not expire. I mean, expiration date is like a year out. So you can load up on 5 or 6 or 10 or 12 of these at that 40% off. You know, we didn't have the fall festival last year or during the pandemic at all, where we used to run those big deals. Think of this as an early fall special. Once again, Summer 40. Put it in at fortify.com and get the 40% off. Dr. Summerton, we preach eating more fruits and vegetables to our patients on a daily basis, don't we?
We do. And, you know, we both try to eat healthy, and it is really difficult to get the amount of vegetables and fruit in your diet that you need. It's just because our soils are just not the same quality. They're not adding the nutrients back into the soils. So therefore, the plants that we're harvesting, they don't have as much nutrients. That's one of the reasons we like organic, not only because of the lack of the pesticides, but also because they add more nutrients back into the soil. So the organic food has a little bit more potent as far as the nutrient value. But even that, the amount of, even when you look at things like broccoli, the amount of calcium that's in broccoli is nowhere near what it used to be even just 20 years ago. So something like that superfood, which is a powder, so the people who don't like to swallow things or have trouble swallowing pills, it's a really simple, easy thing that pretty much anyone, any age can benefit from. Because we know when we say, I eat a lot of vegetables, a lot is different for everybody. And they classify that as, are you eating it with every meal? Are you eating it every day? Are you eating it a few times a week? We really need to eat it with every meal of the day, and we need quite a large serving, and it is hard to do. So supplementing, not substituting, supplementing a superfood can benefit everyone. And the same goes for that protein, the whey protein. It's hard to get that good quality protein in our diet. And people may think it's just for athletes, but it's not. It's for any age, because whey protein, that's not just for the muscle building and prevent from losing muscle. It's an antioxidant. It helps protect your body. There's anti-cancer benefits to it. It can protect your brain. It can protect your heart. So having that balance of good quality protein and good fruits and vegetables, it can help everybody. So we just supplement what we can't get from our diet and still concentrate on eating healthy fruits, vegetables, and protein as well.
So eat your fruits and vegetables, preferably organic if you can afford them. And that should be the biggest helping, especially vegetables. Remember, fruits are high in sugar. So when you make a smoothie, a lot of people come and tell me, oh, I'm proud of what I do. I put, blueberries, bananas. Remember, that's bad. Strawberries, raspberries, all in my smoothie. And that's not good. That's too much sugar all at once. Okay. So add some vegetables to your smoothie. Now, I like banana and pineapple. It's kind of like a pina colada. And put some kale in. Baby leaf kale isn't bitter. Organic baby leaf kale, pineapple and banana, and a scoop of the super protein made by Fortify. That's a complete meal, all right? Or take a scoop of the organic blue-green superfood and a scoop of the protein and just shake them up. That's a complete meal. Now, folks, if you want to lose weight, remember, we're talking about you can pinch more than 2-3 inches. One of the simplest ways to lose weight, I'm going to tell you in 1 minute how you do it, all right, without having to get on any drugs. First thing in the morning when you wake up, go for an hour walk. I didn't say a run, a walk, or get on a treadmill, elliptical stationary bicycle. Just do some form of mild cardio for 1 hour, first thing in the morning before you eat. Now, a lot of you got to go to work early in the morning. It's not going to happen. But those of you that don't have to go to work early in the morning and you're overweight, go for a walk first thing in the morning before you eat. Then use a scoop of our organic blue-green superfood and a scoop of one of our super proteins and combine it with the blue-green superfood, shake it up in water, and have that for a meal replacement each day, but not at the same time. One day have it for breakfast, one day have it for lunch, one day have it for supper. That way your brain doesn't go into starvation mode and slow down your metabolism. So each day it's a meal replacement. Remember, weight loss is simple math. You consume less calories, you burn more calories than you consume. 3,500 calories is 1 pound. So if you exercise in the morning for an hour, you're going to burn probably 500, 600 calories, maybe more if you're walking a little faster. And then if you cut back on your other 3 meals a little bit on calories, you can get to that 3,500 calories in 1 day fairly easily. So we have a bundle called Healthy Weight Loss Bundle that actually incorporates the protein, the superfood, enzymes, and probiotics, and gives you the directions on how to use it on the website. And it's relatively inexpensive. So go to fortify.com. That's FORTIFEYE, fortify.com, and go to Healthy Weight Loss Bundle and then start losing weight today. Remember, we always preach if there's one thing you could do, just one thing to promote overall wellness in your body, to help with blood pressure and help with diabetes and help with arthritis and depression, help with all eye disorders, is get down to your ideal body weight. So weight loss is crucial for any and all of you that are listening to me right now on this radio. Look down at your belly. Are you happy with that? If you're not, start today doing something about it. All right, phone lines are open. Give us a call, Dr. Susan Somerton and myself, Dr. Michael Lange, 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. If you want to find an eye doctor in the area that's in tune with the latest in eye care and the latest in nutrition, has a state-of-the-art facility at their disposal, come and see Dr. Susan Somerton or myself or Dr. Lori Caputi at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages. So that's the Villages, Florida. We do have a lot of people that come from all over the country to see us. And I'm going to give you the phone number twice for the Lange Eye Institute. It's 352-753-4014. That's 352-753-4014. Also, listen up now. For those of you that tune in for the next hour, all right, we're on a boatload of radio stations, but here in the Tampa Bay area, we're on a great group of stations called Faith Talk, Salem Media Faith Talk, and that's like 570 AM, 1080 AM. We're on those stations from 10 to 11. We're trying to consolidate everything in from 9 to 10, so we're loading up on lots of other stations. We're going to cut those out at the end of this month. So starting June, we're not going to be on Faith Talk. Faith Talk Salem media stations from 10 to 11. So if you want to tune in and listen to the show, tune in to 8:60 a.m. or 10:40 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. And we're on a whole host of AM and FM affiliates, but from 9 to 10. Just tune in an hour earlier. All right, we're getting loaded up with some phone calls now. Let's go ahead and start taking some so we can get everybody in. Let's go to Mary in Palm Harbor. Mary, thanks for holding. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Hey, I have a problem. I just bought some new eyeglasses, and I can't seem to get them clean. I'm using lens cleaner. I'm using individually wiped cleaners. I'm using the lint-free towels, everything that's made for glasses. and they just smudging looking all the time. I don't know if there's soaps you can use, or do you have to be careful with what, could harm the lens with, I have scratch resistance and plastic, progressive HD, premium AR, blue IQ clear, UV 400, blue IQ. They always are smudgy looking.
You got all the bells and whistles, didn't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, what's happening is the anti-glare coating causes it to smudge very easily. If they're not clean and you accidentally touch that lens with a little bit of your finger, the oils from your finger will actually bleed into that lens and make it look smudged. And then sometimes you clean it with something and it makes the smudge even bigger. So like you said, you never get them clean. I tell you, the simplest thing to do is take just some mild dish detergent, all right, liquid dish detergent, not the powder dish detergent you put in the automatic dishwasher, but the liquid dish like Dawn, and just dilute it a little bit and under warm water, just put it on your lens, use your fingers, all right, and wash it with your fingers, your skin on your fingers, and then rinse thoroughly, and then just let them pat dry with some sort of cloth or something that doesn't have any sand obviously in it. That works the best because it gets rid of all the oils that you just never can get rid of with those special little cloths, okay? Then you can use the special cloth after you clean them with that mild soapy water, and you should be fine. Now, if this is a big problem, you got to tell the optical what you're doing, what's going on, and then they can put a coating on it that is actually oleophobic as well. It's adding more bells and whistles, but it's kind of the next level. When you think of an anti-glare coating, there's like 3 or 4 different levels. And you want the one that's not only anti-glare, but also oleophobic. So then the oils will not stick to it as well. Okay.
Can they do that now since I've received the glasses?
Well, you could tell them that it's just not working and you want that one that repels the oils, and tell them, look, I'm willing to pay the difference. Say it's $25 more, and just tell them, look, I'll pay the difference, but I want a better anti-glare coating that doesn't, maintain the oil and the smudge on my lens. And then the other thing is, some people that are outdoors a lot, working in their garage and stuff like that. Sometimes I tell them, don't get the anti-glare coating if you can't afford the oleophobic coating. Just get non-AR coating, because then that never happens. Your finger oils never stick to the lens. But then you got a little bit of glare because it's not, it's not an anti-glare coating. So it's kind of a catch-22.
Oleo, it's OLEO.
Yeah, oleophobic. Just tell them you want the anti-glare coating that repels the oils, all right?
Okay, and then when you're rinsing it after you're doing, you can just run it under the faucet to rinse them.
Just a little warm water in your kitchen. Yep. Never use Windex on them though. Never use that. Just a mild soapy water. The dish detergent works great, and a lot of times the opticians will tell you never do that. But I've been doing this for 30 years. Okay.
And it's okay to have the blue dish detergent. Doesn't have to be clear or anything.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the color.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, thank you so much. It has really been annoying.
All right, Mary, take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We're getting ready to go to the next call in just a second. Give us a call, 1-877-969-8600, 1-877-969-8600. I see somebody just chiming in here, stating, thank you, Dr. Lange. Listened to your show last week with Dr. Paz. Well, it was Dr. Poser. And purchased the new Rejuvenate. I got all 3 flavors. Love the flavor. Absolutely delicious. Hope it works as good as it tastes. All right. So that's a shout out from somebody that bought the Rejuvenate. Remember, the Fortify Rejuvenate, we developed it to help all of you out there that want to look a little younger and feel a little bit better. All right. I call it an anti-aging powder. It's backed by the latest science, proving that it can help minimize fine lines and wrinkles in face, improve hydration, improve elasticity, and improve or reduce joint pain, all in one little scoop called Fortify Rejuvenate. All right, we're going back to the phones. Let's go to Terry in Boston. Terry, thanks for holding. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Lange. I've talked to you a couple times, and always the answer I was pretty sure of. they call floaters.
Right.
Quite a few of them. And I have glaucoma, but my pressures are at about 12, which is good. I do the eye drops that I'm supposed to and all that. And I'm wondering if there is anything that will help with floaters.
So that's a great question. All right. And, there's been some research and some science showing that specific nutrients, specific vitamins that are really all in our Fortify Macular Defense and then our Fortify Complete. And these studies have shown that, after you're on it for 2-3 months, that you have minimization of floaters. Floaters are less noticeable. However, I'm a little bit, I don't know about these studies because when you think about it, when you do get floaters, time heals almost everything. And with time, these floaters will gradually remember, gravity is 32 feet per second or 9.8 meters per second. Wow, I got a brain like an elephant. So anyway, so gravity slowly pulls these floaters down out of your line of sight. So the question is, when you do this study using certain nutrients for floaters, was it legitimately the antioxidants that help break up the floaters and make them go away, or was it just time? So those studies on floaters and nutrition, I don't put a whole lot of merit in them. Now, some people would probably beg to differ with me, but time. Now, the kicker here, Terry, is if you get a sudden onset of floaters, okay, you got to go into your local optometrist or ophthalmologist and have your eyes dilated. And now I really recommend people going into a facility that has a piece of technology called OptoMap, okay? Because I don't care how good your ophthalmologist or optometrist is, when your eyes are dilated, nobody's perfect on this planet, not anymore anyway, and they can miss things. So they can miss a retinal detachment, a retinal hole, a retinal tear. Now, most competent doctors hope don't miss it, but the OptoMap is a way of getting photo documentation in your eye, and you can't miss a retinal tear, retinal hole, retinal detachment with an OptoMap if they're able to get out in the periphery far enough. So it's always worth a call, calling the local eye doctor, say, do you have this OptoMap technology? Oftentimes they're going to charge you about $30 to $40 to do it. It's very worth spending that money for the OptoMap. As a matter of fact, I want Dr. Somerton to chime in because we see a lot of things that, I hate to say it, we might have missed without the OptoMap.
That OptoMap that we have is amazing. It gives an entire eye scan of the retina in one view. When we look at with just our old traditional ways, it's a slit lamp, which is literally a slit beam. So we just see slits of the retina at each time. So this OptoMap allows us to visualize the whole retina. And especially with floaters, there's so much confusion out there on floaters because there are normal floaters, like little microscopic collagen fibers in that vitreous gel. Your eye's full of gel, and we call that vitreous. And they can just be those collagen fibers floating around that when light hits it, it casts a shadow on the back of your eye and you see it. But our biggest concern is we don't want it to be pieces of the retina that have come off because the retina is tearing, and we don't want it to be blood from hemorrhages or bleeding in the eye. And so the only way to know which kind of floaters you have is for us to look inside the eye, do that dilation, and do that OptoMap. Then we get a full view of the retina to know what kind of floaters we're dealing with.
And then, Terry, if floaters get really bothersome to you, I mean, to the point where it's really, interfering with your quality of life, you can go to a competent retina specialist and they can do what's called a vitrectomy, and they can remove those floaters. But remember, you don't want to do that unless they're really driving you batty.
I've been driven batty for almost 80 years, Doc, but they're not that bad.
Good. Then you're just going to live with them. Now, remember, a sudden onset of thousands of floaters or flashing lights, get back into the eye doctor immediately and have your eyes looked at.
And they did do that, not just recently. They did the thing that you're talking about at one of the places there in Ocala that does all kinds of great stuff. So
right. All right. Excellent.
I appreciate you, Doc, and I listen to you all the time. I've got terrible vision, have had it all my life. I had called you about a lazy eye many years ago, and So I have one that works and one that don't. And hey, I'm still going. I appreciate it. And yes, I still walk a whole heck of a lot. I have a farm, so.
Well, keep it up. You said you're 80 now?
Yep.
80's young today. My mom's 96 and she's still going strong. So you got another 25, 30 years ahead of you, young man.
Well, that's what I kind of figured. Thanks, Doc. You have a blessed day.
All right, Terry, take care. All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctors, Dr. Susan Somerton and Dr. Michael Lange, both of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins. If you got a question, give us a call, 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. I see a lot of you are chiming in now about Rejuvenate on Instagram. And so I think it's Sally. It's hard for me to read this much. Thanks for the show, Dr. L. I really appreciate it. I do everything that you talk about. Trying to read this. I purchased Fortify Rejuvenate. I think the first day it was on sale. I've been on it for over 2 months and it works. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. And then that's it. So anyway, somebody chime in about Fortify Rejuvenate. We've got a lot of people taking it. We had 100 influencers that actually did Rejuvenate parties, and that kind of got it going in the very beginning, and it sort of has gone viral. So I think people are finding that they like the taste of it, and now at 2 months out, they're finding it's working. So remember, if you can minimize fine lines and wrinkles, improve hydration, improve elasticity, and help minimize pain in your joints, it's all a good thing with a little powder that's either chocolate, pink lemonade, or cherry vanilla. And we also have it unflavored because we mix and match a lot of these. Dr. Somerton, I think you do and I do. A lot of times I'll put it in the unflavored version or the chocolate version in with the protein and sometimes in with the Fit Pro. So I'm getting a combination of all these nutrients all at once. Don't you do the same?
I do. I actually have all the flavors because it kind of depends on how I'm eating it. And right now in my chocolate whey protein that I just finished, I added a scoop of the chocolate Rejuvenate to it. But if I'm drinking it mid-afternoon and I really like the pink lemonade with cold water, I just mix it right up with water and it's refreshing. And if I'm making a different kind of flavor shake and I've got other stuff in there, I just throw in that unflavored.
Right.
And you did talk about floaters, and lately, Dr. Lange, you and I really haven't talked about this together yet, but I actually have been recommending the Rejuvenate now with floaters, and we don't have a study yet, but there is a study that says hyaluronic acid does help with these vitreous floaters. And when we think about it kind of logically, that vitreous is 99% water, and then it's got a couple of little collagen fibers in there, and then it has the hyaluronic acid that holds that all together. So if we can boost hyaluronic acid again and boost collagen because they both decrease with aging, we have to have some positive effect on that vitreous body, as well as making sure we drink plenty of water too. And
absolutely. Wow.
So another bonus that we're looking at.
Good. I'm going to keep my eye open also with people that are on Fortify Rejuvenate. I'm going to see if it minimizes their floaters. We're going to take one more call. We're going to have to take this call pretty quickly. I think it's Francina in Stanford. Francina, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Hi, yes. I just started, it's called like a tail end of the conversation talking about the eye, but so I may be off in my question. But I have had problems with my eyes for a long time. And I had radiokeratotomy in the 80s. And then I just had cataract removal on the left eye. So my question is, what can I do? Because it didn't help on the left eye, so I don't think I'm going to do the right eye. Is there something I can do to take? Because this eye is irritating. It's bothering me a lot. The left eye that they did the surgery to remove the cataracts.
Right,
Francina.
Francina,
yes.
we're going to have to cut you off because we're just out about our time. And I got an answer for this. If you can call back next week, okay, that'd be great. But we only have about 20 seconds left, so I hate to cut you off. All right.
Oh, okay.
All right. Call back next week. And Dr. Summit, you want to tell everybody goodbye in 5 seconds?
God bless everyone. Have a beautiful day. Get outside, enjoy some sunshine and healthy food.
Right. Remember, use Summer40 for the promo code for 40% off the super protein, the super food, and the retina formula. With that, I'm out of here. See ya.